Well, hey everybody. Hello, hello. So good to see you on our Dowsing Rods live show. Yes, Daniel, Rod Squad. I love it. That's great. That's great. How is everybody? I just had a quick little power snooze. Got home from work, had to have a little downtime. It's a lot. We have a lot of kids there this week, and the energy is high. The energy is high. Let's just leave it at that. So let's see who's here. And I don't have my glasses. I'll put them on in a minute. But hello, Mari. I have your question. Karmic Karen. Let's see. Jay Haynes. Hello. Excuse me. Cindy Bovey. Good to see you. Got your question. Cheryl. I got your question. Daniel from the Rod Squad. That's funny. Now that is funny. I like it. I think I might have to borrow that for good. Catherine, hello. Let's see. And I do need my glasses. I'm trying. I'm really trying, but I wish I didn't have to wear them. Oh, JPEG's here. Our little kitty friend is here. Hello. Let's see if he wants to come on my shoulder. There he is. Nice. JPEG is here. He hasn't been coming lately, but we've been keeping the door closed a little bit more so he doesn't want to run out in the yard. And Catherine Menzies, hello. And I'm going to go ahead and start your question. Lori, yes, 102 degrees. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm so sorry. Yep, we've just that streak just broke for us. It's still hot, but not as hot as it was. Chris W., hello. I don't recognize some of these names. Welcome. All right, I'm going to star some of these questions now while the kitty's here. We may have to put them off to the side in a minute. Mara Dominguez, Pure Joy, Joyful Journey, hello. Craig Dixon, Gina Halleck, hello. I'm almost done with camps. I have one more week. Tomorrow, and then one more complete week, and I am done. One of our locations, we have multiple locations. One is dropping off this week as well. So I'm ever so grateful for our camps, but I'm also, it's a lot. So Liz Reeves, hello. How are you holding up? I hope your AC situation is getting resolved soon. Melody Lamont, nice to see you. Oh my gosh, got your question. Excuse me. And Kim Hillier, nice to see you. Lori 2626, all the Loris. And let's see. Got your question, Mar. And Fatima, hello. Hope that your fire situation is calming down. He is a cuddle sweetheart, this little kitty. I gotta show you. There he is. He loves his, I'm gonna say, my husband always says he loves his mama, but I guess I'm his grandma because my son is he's my son's cat for now. General questions today, Daniel, but I guess if we have some personal questions, I'll see if I can generalize them. And Lori, general, please. Lori, we're doing dowsing rods. So today, if you're new to the channel, today is our dowsing rod show. And so that's, generally speaking, that's yes and no questions. And, excuse me, I like to stick with current events and things that are going on in the world, or ET, or basically non-personal. But if I can broaden it out, I will. A light worker, hello. Cute cat baby, yes. Here he is. It's hard to do dowsing rods with him because I have to hold him with, you can see, I hold his rump with one hand. So but he does love to sit up here. Oh, Liz has cool air. I'm so happy for you. So good. Yeah. Okay. Your cat likes to be held like this too, a light worker. It's really nice. It's kind of like a requirement of mine when we're looking at cats to find one who is cuddly, right? If they let you, wherever you go, the shelter or whatever, if they let you hold them like this or carry them around, then I know that they're going to be a cuddly kitty. Oh, Fatima, fire is still burning, but no smoke where you are. Okay, good. And Kit Kat, hello. Starring questions still. So put your questions in. Oh, good question. Rebecca, thank you, about Taylor Farms. Okay. And Susie, yes. Oh, yeah, thank you. He's such a cuddler. Your baby is sweet, but not a cuddler. Yeah, my other son has a cat that is very sweet, but she'll come sit on your lap on her own terms, and that's about it. And then she drools. Has anybody ever had a cat that's a drooler? Yeah. So let's see. And I've got everybody. Summer of 67, Beatrice, hello. And Heidi Lohman, welcome. Okay. Rebecca says my cat drools. What is that phenomenon with drooling? Cats that drool. Yeah, I mean, my other son's cat, my son Chris's cat, is just like she'll just leave a puddle on you. She's 21, so she can leave a puddle all she wants, right? That's old. That's old. Oh, Catherine had one that sucked on your earlobe. Yeah. Right, Daniel. Daniel says, dogs rule, cats drool. Well, I have one of each. And honestly, my cats rule the household more than he does. Okay, all right, you can go. No, he's just getting more comfortable. All right. Craig says, never had a cat that drools, but had a friend that did. Oh, you boys are funny. Okay. Barbara says, my cat wasn't a drooler, but was a sneezer. I was often cleaning his nose. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, when they sneeze, it's usually right in your face, too. Okay, all right. Hi, F. Lee. And these are, hi, Reiki Grandma. How are you? These are current events questions. If your question is personal, I'll see if we can broaden it out so that everyone can benefit from it. Thank you. We do our personal questions on Saturday morning. I'm in Denver, mountain time. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna now invite. I can't get rid of Kitty. He just makes himself more comfortable. Let's see if he'll go up there. Yeah. Oh, he's like, no, I don't want to leave. Look at this. Aw, he's sweet. And I have kind of crazy hair today. Ran out the door with wet hair and never looked back. All right. Thank you, Higher Realms, Tate Brothers questions. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right, here. Sorry, questions keep popping in. So I have 16 starred. Sorry, I was just had a little nap and a little nibble. And here I am. All right, good. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started right away with Mari. And this is a personal question, but all right, well, I popped it up, so I'm gonna answer it. But if we could keep the questions broader, that would be great. So her question was about, will I be moving in the near future? I'm going to say that I think a lot of people have, for the last couple of years, I've been getting this feeling like it's time for people to move to sort of where their people are, or where they want to be, or, where they've always wanted to live, something like that. All right. Thank you, Gina. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I work the rods. And so the first thing I do, and this is Daniel's question. Okay, first thing I do is I ask my guides and angels if they're here with me and ready to answer questions. Yes. Okay. And sometimes you've seen me do this before, but we, sometimes ask who's here with us. What we can do that today. Are we here? Let's see. Is this an archangel who's assisting us today? No. Okay. So come back to center, and then we'll ask, is this an ascended master that's here with us today? Yes, we have an ascended master. Is this Master Yeshua that's here with us right now? No. Okay. Is this Mary Magdalene that's here with us today? We have Mary Magdalene with us today. Okay, so there you have it. And I will say, I always sort of I do a little prayer of protection silently. Sometimes I do it out loud, but I do ask the guides and angels to come in close and provide answers for our highest good. Okay, so I'm seeing more questions. Let me start them really quickly. And then we're off. And so the first question was a personal question, but I'll answer it anyway. Sorry, tons of questions. I want to make sure that we've. Yes, Sue says you've been feeling like we're moving closer to family and friends. And and maybe that's just me, because I know that I have been wanting to do that, but I just sort of feel like I hear it from so many other people that I think it's important for everyone. Oh, her ascension anniversary was yesterday. Was that Mary Magdalene or Mother Mary? Mary Starshine. Very cool. I love Mary Magdalene, though. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We asked initially if Marit was, if let's say in the next year, will Marit be moving in the next year? Yes. And so, guys, I want to say to everyone, if you feel that pull, like you feel this itch to move, or a need to move, or like you've just been kind of nudged to move, it's probably on your path, right? So honor that. Okay, thank you, Mary Starshine. Okay, maybe she's coming in to help us with our questions for that reason then. All right, so Jay Haynes asks, will legislation pass in the U.S. making daylight savings permanent? I kind of have mixed feelings on that. Yeah, let's just see what we get. So will legislation pass making daylight savings permanent? This is a pretty strong yes. Okay, thank you. All right. Feast of St. Mary Magdalene is July 22nd. Yeah. Thank you, Kat. You're so sweet. We love you too. JPEG and I. All right. Cindy Beauvais. Do you all right, since I answered the question for Mari, I'll ask for Cindy. Will Cindy be moving as well? That's a yes. That didn't even want to wait for me to ask the question. And sorry, I didn't explain this to you, but when the rods cross, that is my yes. Yours may be different. Okay? When they go out, that's a no. All right, Cheryl. Well, and here's another personal question. All right, I guess we're doing both, but I think I'm gonna be discerning after this one. Okay. Will Cheryl have a safe trip to the West Coast? And then after this, we're gonna go to just general questions, okay? And if I have time, we'll go to the personal. All right. Will Cheryl have a safe trip to the West Coast? Yes. Okay. It's interesting because Mary Magdalene's energy on the dowsing rods is kind of slower and lighter. I don't know how else to describe it. That's the way it feels. Okay. That's the way it feels to me, but we appreciate her energy. And Kathleen Menzies, will we have services interrupted for an extended amount of time in the state of New York soon? Okay. So you mean like electrical services and other like services? Will services in the state of New York be interrupted soon? No. That's a no. Okay. Hi, Scott Lawler from New Mexico. All right, so I'm trying to keep up with you guys as you pop in. Hi, Chris W. 144. Will silver be above 70 an ounce by December 31st, 2026? Okay. Will silver be above 70 an ounce by the end of the year? It's just barely crossing. And look, now it's bouncing in and out. Like it's going above and below and above and below. I suspect that it will be getting close to that point. But it looks like, yes, it will cross that threshold from time to time. And hello, Linda Tully. Welcome. And okay, got your question, Gina. All right, thank you, Chris. So buy your silver now, right? If you can afford the gold, buy the gold. But I think that's really high. All right, so Melody, I have 3 more books currently being published. How will they go? Let's just ask the question. This is yes/no questions. And again, oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I said that I apologize, but I'm going to put that one on hold if you don't mind, because we're going to go to just the general questions, okay? And then if I have time, I will get to that. So, Barbara, I will answer this one because it is about animals, and I will answer. Okay, will the baby bird Barbara helped this evening be okay? We had a weird bird situation over near where my summer camp, one of my summer camp offices. A bird just fell out of a tree, and then it kind of woke up and hopped along and sort of hopped back up into the tree. It was weird. Okay. Will the bird that Barbara helped be okay? Oh dear. I was kind of getting a no, and the rods have confirmed that. It doesn't sound like that bird is healthy or something's wrong with that bird. I have not, Scott Lawler. Would you like me to do that? Scott asked if I've ever done a video on how the dowsing rods work. Not like an instructional video? No. And Cynical Banana, good question. I have that too. I'm starring your questions. Okay, so I'm sorry to hear about the birdie, the little birdie. Okay, Kit Kat. Are we getting any closer to the orange blob going away, or how soon, or how long? I know some of you will know that Sterling said he'll be here by the end of the year, which I was really kind of surprised to hear because I have felt it sooner. I'll look at that in another week or two. I'm going to have more time to really kind of tune into that energy. Okay. Are we getting closer to the orange blob? Let's say 45 leaving the office. Yes, that's a strong one. Okay. I'm going to just ask a follow-on to that. Are we starting to see the tide turn with the MAGA group? Yes. Okay. So we are starting to see the tide turn. Okay. Thank you, Jay Haynes, and thank you, Scott. I will do that sometime. That's great. Okay. Something's giving me chills right now. I get my chills in my scalp first, and then maybe it goes down. You've had birds flying into your floor, out into our floor to ceiling windows. Wow. Yeah. I think that the animals and the birds are feeling just feeling as disoriented as we are. Okay. I'm sorry, starring questions. Yes, Nibra, you can go. But these are not personal questions today. These are general questions. Okay. Thank you, Kit Kat. I appreciate that. This is a good question, guys. If you're not in the U.S., you may or may not have heard that we are having there's an outbreak of cyclospora, and that is explosive diarrhea. Yay! Fun times. I don't know anybody that enjoys that. So, fortunately, it has not been deadly, but it can be very serious. So, are we getting any closer to Taylor Farms? Hold on a second. Let me just read how you... Is Taylor Farms responsible for the diarrhea parasite? Okay. Is Taylor Farms responsible for the diarrhea parasite? Is Taylor Farms responsible for the diarrhea? It's a yes. Yes. Okay. Will they be held accountable for the diarrhea parasite? No, they will not. Yes, Jay Haynes says FDA is trying to blame Taco Bell. Will Taco Bell take the fall? Oh dear. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Susie says, I only buy lettuce from local farms. I have some in my backyard, but it's getting it's sort of bolting because it's too hot for it. Yes, thank Trump for explosive diarrhea. Well, I mean, isn't that his normal? Hence the diapers. Okay, thank you, Naira. Questions, sorry, starring questions. There's a callback on eggs, Enrique. Oh no, I see a few of you talking about that. Oh no, I need to look that up. I just bought more eggs yesterday. And they were at the one store I went to, they were marked 50% off. I hope they weren't the bad ones. They were like the the organic free range things. Jay Haynes says that means I'll be eating at Taco Bell in support. I feel like right now it's the safest time. It's kind of like right after there's an airplane accident. Everybody really kind of like tightens up their game. Oh, Craig makes his own tacos. All right. I'm going to have to look up the egg thing. Darn it. Kat says, I only pray that McDonald's uses a supplier of that lettuce. Oh. Oh gosh. There's very little fast food that I can eat. Okay. Yeah, boycott Taylor Farms. Well, so you heard that they gave $1 million to the Trump administration. They traced it back to Taylor Farms, and then immediately it got turned around. Oh no, it wasn't Taylor Farms. No, nothing to see here. So I think that they were, somebody from the Trump administration said, we're going to protect our friends here. Okay. Daniel asks, will extreme weather continue through August in the eastern U.S., traveling there next month? I mean, what do you mean the eastern U.S.? It's been all over. Let's ask. Will the extreme weather continue in the eastern U.S.? Sorry. Oh, strong yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Will it continue in the central U.S.? Yes. Okay, thank you. We'll continue in the western. Look at this, guys. It's going to continue all over for a little while, and we can pretty much take that to the bank. As Catherine said, pretty soon everyone will be down to SpaghettiOs. Okay. Mary Starshine says, I never eat iceberg lettuce. It's of no nutritional value. Yes, farmers markets. I mean, farmers markets can have their outbreaks too, but it really comes to I think it's the big agricultural operations that get sloppy with, the water that they're putting on their crops or whatever, soaking things in. And definitely, I would definitely avoid all those bagged salads right now. Okay. Sorry, reading your questions. Let's see. Growing my own crossword. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yes, buckle up for the more extreme weather. I think I'm just sort of saying I think that we're going to have some. I think we're going to see some hurricanes up the eastern seaboard, like the Carolinas, that area. Okay, Mar. Oh, sorry. I apologize, Mar. I didn't mean to put that up. If I have time, I will do that one at the end. Will the U.S. run out of fuel in 2026? From Heidi Lohman. Okay. Will the U.S. run out of fuel in 2026? Will the U.S. run out of fuel? That's a no. Okay. So no, we will not run out of fuel. Will we top $6 a gallon in some places again? That's a definitive yes. Okay. Will it go even higher than that in some places? A small cross, so maybe in some places. Sorry if you can't see there. Do you see, again, bobbling in and out? That means yes and no, prices up and down. Kim Hillier says, I like your thinking. I've never heard of a recall on candy. I think we should all just eat candy for the foreseeable future. I will admit, my staff and I found a stash of candy bars in my office that I keep for Friday game nights for kids, and I split a candy bar with somebody today. So I'm all for that. Chocolate, chocolate's good for you, right? Yes, and RFK made cuts to the food inspectors. Yeah. So okay. Thank you, Heidi. And F. Lee, 45 seems to be quite sick in the recent campaign. Is he still going to continuously attack Iran, though he may be running out of steam by July 2026? Okay, so is he still going to continuously attack Iran? I guess, how can we ask that question? Will 45 will 45 increase his attacks on Iran? It looks like eventually. Do you see how long it took to cross? Okay. Will he put boots on the ground? It won't even uncross. Will he put boots on the ground in? Yes. Okay. And will uncross. Thank you. Will this cause a broader escalation of war? Very slight cross. Okay. So will the US Iran war still be going on after 2026 is over? That's a no. Okay. So something's going to stop it. Yes, Kim Hillier says, you can read her description. Chocolate is basically a salad because it comes from a plant. Okay, Kat, do you find happy to find you live? Well, okay, let's wait on this one. Okay, cats are drooling over half of the food I feed them. $70. How do I stop it? Oh my gosh! Wow. I'm sorry. They drool their food out all over the place. Wow. Let's ask this question. If I have time, I'll go back to the personal questions. Do the Tate brothers have direct connections to Epstein? Wow. I topped 100 once, Daniel. Once in a live. So welcome if you're new here. Daniel's pointing out that we've got a lot of folks in the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our weekly Dowsing Rods that we ask current events questions, and the guides give us answers. Tonight we have Mary Magdalene, who wants to answer questions for us. It's kind of funny asking about war and the diarrhea situation, but she has answers for us. So there we go. All right. Sorry, I'm starring questions. Okay. And yes, please remember to like and subscribe if you like what you find here. I will be adding more content once my life frees up a little bit in the coming weeks. I have a very, very busy summer schedule, and so Enrique loves chocolate salad. Me too. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next question. We already asked the question. Do the Tate brothers have a direct connection to Epps? Oh, look at this. Wow. Okay. All right. And will the Tate brothers be extradited to England? Will they be extradited to England? This is where that's a yes. I'm a little surprised. Will the Trump administration fight it? It's like they're considering. You see this? They're thinking about it. I think that the last question about the association with Epstein is part of the reason why they're not going to fight it too hard, because they don't want more attention drawn there. Ooh, I feel like it's going to come out, though, like through England or one of those places, that more about the broader question of sex crimes is going to come out. Okay. All right, Gina. Question is humanity on the path to peace and the new earth, hoping the worst is behind us? Me too. Okay. Is humanity finally on the path to peace? This is a yes. I like this. Okay. Do we still have some troubles ahead of us in the short term? Yes, but look, it's not a big cross. Okay. So, who's Larry Tate? Was he on? Remind me who he was. I know he was on some kind of like sitcom or something, right? All right. Thank you, Gina. Hoping the worst is behind us. I do too. Gemini girl. Will the cyclosporiasis outbreak continue on for several weeks, more, or months? Okay. Will the cyclosporiasis outbreak continue for several more weeks? Yes. It's fairly light cross. Will this outbreak continue for several more months? No. Okay. Bewitched. Thank you. Thank you, Larry Tate. Okay. Can I ask this question? Will this outbreak cause the U.S. government to increase its inspection? Nope. I get this feeling that RFJ Jr., RFJ, so, sorry, Bobby, I get this feeling that he is kind of like of the mind that this is like, what if it doesn't kill us, it makes us stronger, and almost they have like this sick survival of the fittest kind of mentality. I loved Bewitched too. I was little though. I remember watching it before I went into kindergarten. My mom would put it on. I loved it. I wanted to be magic just like her. And look at us here. Okay. All right. Thank you, Catherine. Next question. Did Sam Altman's AI really go rogue, or did his company get caught hacking? I wondered that too. So if you haven't seen, apparently that's ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT, they say that they had like a rogue hacking scheme, like create itself and hack a fellow AI, right? So did ChatGPT's AI, was the hacking scheme created by one of their staff members? Yes, it was. There it is. Okay. So just to confirm, was it random? No. Okay. So there you go. Okay, good question, Jay Haynes. Thank you. And Lori, will we see some stability to the stock market and oil prices by the end of the year? Well, we sort of talked about those oil prices a little bit. Will we see some stability to the stock market by the end of the year? Look. Oh, and now it bubbled, and then it crossed. Okay. All right. I don't know what that means exactly. And will we see gas prices stabilize by the end of the year? Will they come down by the end of the year? There. That's a yes. Be right back, says Mary Starshine. Okay. Good question, F. Lee. I did not, Ness. I will ask that question. I asked generally speaking. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with your questions really quickly. It would be helpful if you put them in all caps. Okay, we asked about the Tate brothers and Epstein, but we did not ask about 45. My weird hair nest, thank you, is because I ran out the door with it wet this morning and it's just kind of boingy. Not the norm, but thank you. You're being so sweet, but okay. Okay, starring questions. I have a lot in the queue. All right, summer of 67. Beatrice. Do synchronicities have genuine meaning beyond coincidence? In my ear, I'm hearing, I usually think yes, okay? But I think sometimes there are some people who look for meaning in everything where it may be a little bit excessive. But okay, do synchronicities have meaning beyond coincidence? Yes. Okay. So I've always said there are no coincidences. Yeah. There we go. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Thanks for the compliments. You like the boings? Having some boings. Yeah, I was really late this morning, and I have a couple kids who are early drop-off kiddos, and I realized they were going to be there in like 10 minutes, and I just had to drop everything and run out the door with wet hair. All right. Daniel says, Northwest Florida diesel went up 52 cents from Sunday to Wednesday. Yeah, because they're blocking not just the Strait of Hormuz, but the other exit points in the region, the Red Sea. Okay, yeah, good question too. I'm going to ask these Tate questions since we were just on that subject matter. Okay, somebody just said, was Tate connected with 45? Yes. Why do you think he pardoned them? They know some things. Another other question is, there are rumors that they are connected with Barron. So are the Tate brothers connected with Barron? Barron. Yes. That is a yes. That was a yes. Wow. That's really kind of I don't really think of Barron in those ways, but why wouldn't I? Okay. Cynical banana does not believe in coincidences either. I have that question of yours, Kat, from before, so I will do that when we get to the end. Okay. Enrique believes in synchronicities. I mean, I love the Synchronicity Police album from the 80s. Okay, Kat, let's see. Oh, there we go. Got that. And another question from Beatrice: should we follow our intuition without hesitation? I mean, I'm just going to tell you my beliefs on this, and what I get is we should, yeah, I think we should definitely pull those threads. If we feel an intuitive pull towards something, we should explore it. We have to be discerning though, because sometimes we can't, if there's something that we really want, let's say we want to win $1 million, and who wouldn't want to win $1 million? Is it on our best, highest timeline? Is it really meant for us, or is it just something that we want? So, yeah, Enrique says Baron is traumatized. Craig says the orange doesn't fall far from the tree. Yes, these people. Okay, Linda Tully asks, will Pete Kegsbreath be held accountable for war crimes? I think we've asked this question before, but let's see. Will Pete Kegsbreath, we all know who that is, be held accountable for war crimes? Will he be held accountable for war crimes? Yes, it took a while to get there, which means it's probably going to be after all of this MAGA nonsense is gone, but eventually, yes. Okay. Gina has another question. Will the Blessed Mother appear in the world with a message for us this year? I'm hearing for some. I don't feel like everyone will. Will the Blessed Mother appear in the world with a message? That's a very strong yes. Will we all hear this message? No. Will there be a special person who delivers that message? Are we receiving those messages intuitively? Yes. Okay. All right. Interesting. 80s are retro, Enrique. Sorry to tell you. 80s are retro. I was a child of the 80s. College. I was in college in the 80s. Let's put it that way. Yes, Catherine says all the T children are traumatized, but they're now adults. They're choosing to repeat the cycle. Gnarly and tubular. Totally awesome. I will admit I still say that. Okay. Whoops, we just looked at that one. Okay. Cynical Banana, are we going to find anything of substance about Mitch by the end of this month? And guys, it's July 23rd. Remember, we've just passed that big momentous time of Barbo's Basket. The next big time, and join me on weekly tarot scopes, but the next big event we should look at is the next full moon that's at the end of this month. Okay, so will we learn about Mitch by the end of this month? Will we learn of his status by the end of this month? That's a no. Will we learn after August 3rd? Yes. Question is, are the Republicans withholding his status intentionally. Yes. Another question I have, a follow on to that, is will Governor Andy Beshear appoint someone in his place? Will he go ahead and appoint someone? Yes. Look. That's a yes, folks. Okay. So I just think people, if you live in that state or you have family in that state, as I do, I have cousins, aunts, and uncles in that state. My dad's people are from there. Urge them to talk to the governor and send messages that they want him to find a replacement. Andy Beshear needs to do this. Okay. Ness says, I see Beshear appointing someone. I lost it. Sorry, where'd it go? Boy, it's moving fast. Sorry. I see Beshear appointing someone. Beshear happy at the end. Okay, nice. Good. Cynical Bananas in Louisville. Yeah, my aunt lives in, I have a cousin in Louisville and I have an aunt in Anchorage, which is like a little carve out right at the side of Louisville. Okay. That will be challenged in court. Yes. Thank you. But just visiting. I agree. They're right. They have to prove it. I mean, it's like, take me to court. Fine. Yeah. I welcome it. Because I feel as if people will be, heads will roll once this truth comes out. Unprecedented legal maneuver, says Ness. Okay. Crystal Blue. Hello. Got your question. Sun Psychic Jean. Hello. Say hi to Sun Psychic Jean, folks. Yes. Yeah, it's like calling their bluff. All right. Will he appoint a Democrat? Yes, I do think he will. Will he appoint a Democrat? Yes. Look at that. Absolutely. Because why not? Right? Ask what the opponent would do. Would the opponent do that? Yes. And that's the law. That is what the Kentucky Constitution says. And they can battle it out. Thank you, Gina. Yes, thumbs up. Oh, we have 85 in the crowd. Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome. I appreciate you coming on down. My sister is in Anchorage, Alaska. Yes, but there is an Anchorage, Kentucky, believe it or not. Isn't that crazy, Daniel? Thank you for asking. All right. Gosh, all these good questions. Let me star them for a sec. Yes, Nivra, we are in unprecedented times. And, we need people to just grow some cojones and do what's right. Okay. Yeah, Cynical Banana says Beshear needs to go to the hospital and refuse to leave until he sees Mitch. I mean, they're going to have to, I feel as if they're going to have to roll Mitch out of his refrigerated case, if you know what I'm saying. So, I just got a ringing in my ear right when I said that. That's what I wonder too, just visiting. I'm going to follow this line of questioning while we're here. So, all right. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Just visiting asks, will there be a leak on McConnell's true status from inside the hospital? Look at this. It comes close. Will the leak? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. I feel like people have been threatened within an inch of their lives. Will there be leaks afterwards about the incident? Yes. Okay. Oh, goodness. All right. Weekend at Bernie's. It's disgusting that his family is allowing this farce. It really is. And I was walking today, walking the dog. This is where I get things sometimes. And I felt like I could hear his voice, like I could tap into his energy better than I normally would, which suggests to me that he is on the other side. So I'm going to do I'm going to sit in quiet and try to tap into that. Got your question, Enrique? It says supposedly he is in rehab out of the hospital from D-Spark, but somebody has seen his security detail outside of George Washington Hospital. So he's either still there or he's in the cooler, if you know what I mean. So I see him either like the reason when somebody's on life support, I feel like their spirit's already on the other side too. So he's either on life support or he's got a toe tag on. All right. Hi, Susan. Got your questions. And Gary for Grace. So many questions. Right, cynical banana. Who knows? Oh, he's just getting stronger every day. Right, Nibra. His body can only stay strong so long. His wife hates Trump. Yes. She was a cabinet secretary. Ness says, I think he is DEAD. When I get a ringing in my ear, it's kind of like I've hit a little truth bomb, illuminated Leo, or something for me to pay attention to. I've said something that my guides resonate with. I've heard Linda G say that she thinks it won't come out until after, and they'll just be like, oh well, he died. And I don't think that's going to stay. If that's the case, I don't think it'll remain a secret for long, because I do think people will start to come forward. Okay, so thank you for letting me have that little line of questioning. Barbara asks, did Daniel Syad die of natural causes? He worked with Epps and was found dead in Paris. Yes, I heard about that. So he was one of those like modeling, quote unquote, model agents. Okay, did Daniel Syad die of natural causes? No, he did not. Okay. Was he, so then I'll just ask the obvious. Was he taken out by people who are trying to protect the Epstein? Yes. You see how quickly that one jumped? Yes. Okay. Guys, thank you for these questions. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah. Oh gosh, I feel like Bashir might do something by this weekend. Anybody else getting that? I feel like, or maybe even tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday? I felt like there would be a Friday kind of announcement. Okay. That's a good question, Craig. Why can't they ask state police to go check? Oh, Nibra, thank you. About the Tates. Okay. Yeah, Catherine. Friday at 11:59. And right? So we're in this Ness can speak to this. We're in this Barbo's basket. This is a time of revealing and resets, and you know, this is only things are only going to come out more and more. Um, and so, like, we're really just starting to see the unearthing, as they call it. Okay, cynical banana. Are we going to find anything of substance about Mitch? Oh, we already did that. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. Well, let's see. Pat. Pat? Oh, PA 1125. Will Arizona keep our Democratic governor, Katie Hobbs? Oh, yes. Yeah, because I heard Andy Biggs, and he's been named by, uh, you know, involvement, like really sadistic things with the EPs, right? Okay. And Andy Biggs will be running against her. I guess that's the question, right? Will Governor Hobbs, Katie Hobbs, keep the governorship in Arizona? Yeah. But look at this is a tight one. Look at this. Yeah, Andy Biggs is an election denier. He's a big MAGA 45 supporter, and he is named directly by some in the files. But well, I don't know if he's in the files. He maybe the redacted stuff. He was named by Sasha Riley directly. Okay, let's hold off on this one. Thank you, Tamara Cap. Yeah, we'll see if we have time for some personal questions. Has 45 taken a fall in the White House? Okay, has he had a fall in the White House? I'm hearing yes. I do think he has. Okay. Has 45 had a fall in the White House? Yes, he has had a fall. And it won't even uncross. Can you uncross, please? Uncross, please. Thank you. Thank you, Craig Dixon. You're so sweet. $4.99. I appreciate you. Okay. I think more than one fall. Exactly. I think he's had a few falls. I think I think they know more behind the scenes than they're letting on. Okay, Nivra, what will happen with the budget that passed Congress? Will the Senate cave and give a huge amount of money? I think they're asking for a 1.2 trillion or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Will the Senate pass the huge military budget? Will the Senate pass the huge military budget? Oh, okay. Look at this. It just comes right down to the wire. Ooh. Okay. But then it uncrosses. What does this mean? Will the Senate pass the... It's like they're going to have to change some things. And it's passed... They have to approve this war. It's gone more than 60 days or whatever that. Yeah. Mary's okay. Starring questions. I'm going to ask this question from DMB since it's on the line of 45's health. Is 45 getting IV immune therapy? Or IV therapy, sorry. Yes. Okay. Well, is this keeping him alive? Yes. Is this for cardiovascular health? Look at this. it's sort of maybe partially, yeah, is it for cognitive health? Mm-mm. There it is. What do they say? It's frontotemporal dementia. Okay. Thank you all for these wonderful questions. I think we're going to be here all night. Comes close, but then it doesn't pass, says Gina. Yeah. I think that's what we were getting with that. Okay. They already got $1 trillion. Hog's Breath wants another 48 billion. Yeah, and they say they haven't even accounted for the huge amount they got last year, right? So what are they doing with that money? Paying off world powers. I mean, what is this stuff about the nuclear? They're allowing Saudi Arabia to enrich uranium. What in the world? It's all money. It's all down to money. Maybe close is some kind of reversal. Yes. Hi, Mona Lee. How are you? I already asked that question, U5X. What was the answer? The question was, will 45 be in office by the end of the year? Or did I ask it? I think I did. Will 45 still be in office by the end of the year? Hanging by a thread. Look at this. Okay. Slightest cross ever. Okay. Ask if the bill is still there in January. Are you asking about the military bill? Okay. Okay. Will this bill still be? Will they try to pass the bill again in January? No. I feel like the whole landscape's going to be changed by January. I really do. Thank you, Enrique. Thank you. Will for capitals. All right, guys, I have so many questions. Oh my gosh. Oh, Henry's barking. He gets confused. Yes, Gina said 87. I see 85 right now. Okay. While we're asking these questions, Craig asks, will the experimental drugs are they still working for 45? Is he on experimental drugs? Yes. Wow. Okay. And are they still working to keep him healthy? Less and less. 91 now. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining. And if you like what you find here, please like and subscribe. Do all those YouTube-y things. Okay. Is 45's IV cocktail available to the rest of us slobs? Us peasants. Look what it's doing. It's like sometimes. Is it available to people with special access? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, we do all the trillions. Meanwhile, we don't have healthcare or education or food for children. Yes, Enrique Fetterman is weird. Okay, I got to go back to the questions. You guys are asking such wonderful questions, but if I keep starring, I'll be here. We literally will be here all night. Okay. Which is okay with me. It's kind of fun. Does Mar-a-Lardo have an infestation of flies and bugs? What a funny question, Craig. Does Mar-a-Lago have an infestation of flies and bugs? That was a yes. Does Mar-a-Lago have an infestation of bed bugs? Yes. Okay. That's a yes. That would be a yes. Okay. Is there going to be big quakes in western part of Turkey this year? Um, will there will there break will a war break out between Turkey and Greece afterwards? Okay. Big quakes in western Turkey and a war between Turkey and Greece. Okay. Will there be big quakes in western Turkey this year? I'm sorry to say, it does look like there will be. And will Turkey and go to war? And Greece go to war. Sorry. I was looking at the word and reading. Okay. Let me ask that again. Will Turkey and Greece go to war again? Yeah. No. That's a no. Okay. Not this year. Arkansas weather, earthquake, fire, tornado from Nibra. Okay. Jay Haynes says, hopefully roaches are living in the salad bar. Yes, Turkey had a 5-point earthquake. Okay. Arkansas. Hurricanes this year? No. Tornadoes? Will they have tornadoes this year? Yes, but it feels like they're mild and not a lot of devastation. Earthquakes? Will they have? Yes to an earthquake. Did Arkansas feel Texas's earthquake today? Okay. Okay. Good night, Craig. Fatima. Good night. Good night, my dear. I know I started a little late tonight. It's hard for me to get here before 6. On one more week, and then I can get back to a normal schedule. Not here. New Madrid would affect here. Okay. Oh, Mona Lisa had just felt an earthquake in Alabama. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh goodness. This is all that crazy weather we were promised. Okay. Can we ask while we're asking, can was the Texas earthquake related to fracking? No. Was it caused by natural events? Was the earthquake caused by natural events? Sort of. Look at this. Was it man-made? Man-made, guys. Whoa. I've never heard of earthquakes in Texas before. Wow. Okay. My gosh. Okay. Craig X asks, did the BBC win the initial court case against 45? He tried to sue them for defaming him and wanted money damages. The judge said, if they did damage you, we need to see your financial records. Okay, so did the BBC win the initial court case against 45? Did the BBC win its court case against 45? It's saying no right now. Will 45 drop the case? Yes. Okay. Craig says hardly anything happens in New Mexico except for fires. Has anybody ever heard of earthquakes in Texas? Oh, Monali, you feel sick to your stomach. I'm sorry. From the earthquakes. Yeah, you felt a small earthquake in Alabama. Hard to believe. Yeah. U5X says, hard to believe our souls decided to come to Earth at this time. Please don't be in fear, folks. Please don't be in fear. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to read through the questions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have fires and tornadoes here, tornadoes here in Colorado. Mostly the tornadoes are on the eastern plains, not near where I am. Okay, Tom, I think you said your name is pronounced Tom. Oh, okay, sorry, we're going to hold this one off if we can. Will 45 be gone by midterms? Well, we already said no, but we can add, well, and let's just say no. Okay. We already asked. It sounds like he's going to be hanging by a thread by the end of the year. Mary, will there be a significant earthquake in Iran in a few weeks? Oh, gosh. Yeah, I do think Iran gets earthquakes. All right. Will there be a significant earthquake in Iran in a few weeks' time? Not really. No, this is a soft no. Okay. Yeah, DMB says there have been quakes in places that there have never been before. Yeah, the earth feels under movement to me. Yes. I feel the earth. Sorry. Good song. Okay. All right. Back to the questions. Will 45 succeed with the threat? This was Fatima. She can watch this in the replay. Succeed with the threat of Canada with 50% tariffs? Good question. Will 45 succeed with the threat of 50% tariffs in Canada? That's a yes. Look, it's a soft yes. Will they be reversed? Yes. Another taco situation? I heard that he used like a different legal maneuver to apply those tariffs or to declare them or whatever. Political is frequently personal at the end, maybe. I still have 36 questions to get through. So, Rebecca asked, was Epps Andrew Jackson in a past life? Never heard that one before. Was Epps Andrew Jackson in a past life? No. Was Andrew Jackson a pedophile? I don't know. Kathy lives in Houston and didn't feel it. Okay. Where was the epicenter in Texas? If anybody knows, let me know. Okay. Catherine asks, do the Ascended Masters like when we ask for specific signs? Okay. I'm hearing we're always sending you signs. Okay. I feel like they're just constantly sending signs. Okay. Do the Ascended Masters like it when we ask for signs? Do they like it when we ask for signs? Yes. That's a yes. Okay. They say the angels and masters, and you have to ask. Simply ask, right? Jay Haynes says Epstein was Satan's baby boy. Oh gosh. I really once I'm so concerned about when that comes out. I just think we're going to learn some things that we do not want to know go on in this world. Okay. And I'm curious if we will find it all out. Good question. Okay. Genghis Khan, maybe, somebody said. Okay. Do we ask this question? Will Andy Bashir take action to confirm Mitch's situation? Yeah, we already asked that question. Will this spark any journalists to try to do the same? I think some journalists have been going and hanging out outside the hospital. I'm going to ask about journalists since we already asked about Bashir. Will some journalists try to get uh, into Mitch's room? So it's a yes, but I'm kind of hearing they already have, like they're there now. Is that correct that they're trying now? Yes. Can I ask this question? Does Fox News know that Mitch is gone? Yes, they know. Okay. Will anyone on the GOP side be held accountable? Oh, I'm getting a chill. That's a yes. My tingles are going crazy. All right. Ness asked if I had read about the war escalating this weekend. Will there be an escalation of the war this weekend? It's kind of maybe kind of more of this nonsense of back and forth. I just think 45 is scared. I really do. I think he just wants it over. Yeah. Oh, good question. Will Fox turn on 45? Will Fox turn on 45? Look, yes, that's a light yes. All right. So, because I hear that some of them have already been asking questions like about the budget, about Mitch. Yeah. That's right, Amanda. Follow the money. Aaron Parnas tried today to get into the hospital or whatever. How would you like to be somebody else in that hospital, like having a baby or for an appendectomy or a broken leg? My lord, it's got to be a zoo. Okay. F. Lee asks, is the Japanese yen continue if is yen continues to weaken against US, or is the tide turning against US after midterm? So is the yen continuing to weaken? Okay, is the yen continuing to weaken against the US dollar? That was a yes. Wow. Okay. Will the tide turn eventually on the yen versus the US dollar? It's like, mm, ask again later. Remember those magic 8 balls? DMB says, I think he is blowing up evidence and people. Ugh. Mary Starshine, Fox is losing viewers. I'm getting the feeling my Fox watching stepdad also is kind of getting frustrated with some of the nonsense. He hasn't said that, outright, but I heard a noise. I'm assuming that was my husband coming in. So is CBS. Yeah. Catherine says, was the earthquake in the panhandle of Texas today? Midland? Okay. Enrique says the days of Richard Nixon seem so innocent. Yes. All right, Linda Beckman asks, if the reflecting pool, if it's repaired by the same man who originally constructed it, if he wasn't the cause, why wouldn't Trump use it again? So will they use the same contractor? Will they use? Oh, I'm sorry. I like to drop these questions so that we can. Will they use the same contractor to repair the pool? No. It's a light no. I feel like they're talking about it, but goodbye, F. Lee. Thank you. Magic 8 balls, yes. Earthquake was on the Texas Panhandle. Okay, thank you. Will the midterms be a blue wave? From Gina. Okay, will the midterms be a blue wave? Let's ask separately. Will the midterms be a blue wave in the House of Representatives? Yes. Will the midterms bring a blue wave in this Senate, the U.S. Senate? Yes, to a lesser extent. Will the majority in the House be Democratic? Yes, stronger yes. Will the majority in the Senate, will the Democrats win the majority in the Senate? Ooh, yes. Okay. Will it be a large majority in the Senate? No. Okay. Enrique, nattering nabobs of negativism. That's so funny. That's a good question. Will the midterms be chaotic? Will the midterms be chaotic? Will the midterms be chaotic? Yes. Okay. Will 45 succeed in getting rid of mail-in voting? No. It feels like it's right down to the line. Okay. I just had like a. Is my screen blinking? 93 in the house. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. Okay. Yes. BG says this is a question. We are out of the basket and Mercury is going direct. Will things start moving? We are not out of the basket. Like, may I say, we are still in the sphere of influence of the basket, but it's not exact. So that's correct. Will things start moving forward for people on a personal level? Yeah. Okay, so let's just ask that quick question here. Now that we've had Barbo's basket and Mercury's going direct, will life start moving forward for many people? Yes. Okay. So that's a yes. That was a very, very clear yes. Yeah, Ness says the astrology is giving 2020 vibes, 7, 10 to 10-day recounts, people banging on the class, a poll workers recount. Banging on the glass as poll workers recount. Oh, they've got them worked up all right, but I feel like it's fewer people. Okay. And yeah, Ness says we are not out of the basket. We walked through the basket membrane, a new experience. Act 1, 2, 3, 4 of the basket. 4 happens in October. Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Ness. I knew that we weren't out of the basket yet. Okay, thank you, Laurel. I appreciate that. Please give us a thumbs up. It does help. And if you want to give a hype, that would be helpful too. I'm not really sure what the hypes do, but I'm sure it helps. Okay, got your question. Amanda, thank you. Yes, fire horse energy for sure. Okay, next on with the questions. So we asked if 45 would be gone before the midterms. The Rod said no. Will Melania flee to Switzerland and Baron? Okay. I did see an astrologer who says that, she's a Vedic astrologer, who says that August looks like it's going to be really tough for members of the 45 family. Okay, so will Melania flee to Switzerland when all of this goes down? No. Will she flee to Europe? Okay. Gosh, I feel like she's got people there already like arranging things. And it feels like they're connected with the EPS stuff. Interesting. Where I'm feeling like France. I don't know why I would feel that, but I feel like it feels like France might be one of the places she's looking to. I don't have hype available. Thank you for telling me that. That's okay. I'll figure it out. You saw that from a Vedic astrologer as well. So August, they're saying, look for some trouble for members of the 45 family. Craig, were the Tate brothers best buddies with... Oh, we already asked that. Thank you. And Gina asked, Dear Mary Magdalene, can we set the intention to hear the message of the Blessed Mother? Can we hear the messages if we open our hearts to listen? I'm just hearing, of course. Yes, of course. Can we hear the message of Mary Magdalene if we open our hearts to listen? Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Monaco, maybe. I can't imagine France would welcome her too, but that's what I was just seeing in my mind. So, but I don't know. It may be, somebody said Monaco. I don't know. Could be somewhere just in the region. Yeah, tough job cleaning the White House after he gets out. French province, perhaps, an island, perhaps. It does feel very kind of covert. Okay. All right. Let's move forward. Thank you. And will John Ossoff from Crystal Blue, will John Ossoff run for president in 2028? Boy, I love to hear him speak because he's so clear and confident and, I want to say aggressive, but in the best way. Okay, will John Ossoff run for president in 2028? Will he run for president? Light Cross, will he become president in 2028? No. Will he be vice president in 2028? Bye, cat. Go water your garden. That was kind of a wimpy no. Okay. Does he have a bright political future? Yes. Okay. Oh, BG California says she would like Ossoff to be Dem Senate leader. Okay, that would be good. Yeah. I like Warnock too. Either one. Oh, we already asked that question. Sorry. Patty Massett. If Vance becomes president, will he be removed in 27? If Vance becomes president, will he be removed in 2027? Yes, ma'am. That was a yes. Okay. And that's right, Catherine. I mean, the election will be 28, but they'd be sworn in 29. I think we all know that Ms. 45 is not happy. Look at her. She just looks like she's towed the line for someone. Okay. Just visiting. Will there be a leak? Oh, we already asked about that one. Sorry, I'm asking questions again. This is from Enrique. Were there advanced civilizations before Göbekli Tepe was built in Turkey? Good question. Were there advanced civilizations before? Oh, look at this. It's a yes. Göbekli Tepe. It's hard for me to say. That was a yes. Did those advanced civilizations build Göbekli Tepe? Did they bury Göbekli Tepe? Yes. I've heard that it looks like they were intentionally buried, the ruins there. Okay. Will Thune swear in McConnell's replacement? Oh, good question. Will Thune swear in McConnell's replacement? Will John Thune swear in McConnell's replacement? This is showing a yes. Will he delay in swearing in the I'm also seeing right now, like they are in like deep conversation. The GOP, or they're huddling behind the scenes. Like no, right now, I just think they know that they're in deep. I'm gonna just say deep shit because that's what they're in. They know that they have dug this hole, and they are in some big trouble. Okay. So I'm just seeing like Thune and some of these others they're like, it's as if they're behind the scenes concocting a story like, oh, we didn't know he was sick. Oh, he was on life support and then he just went, whatever that may be. Um, it just feels to me like they are all just digging. I keep seeing them like digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper. This lie that grows and grows. So thank you, Susan Balul. Thank you for that question. Gary, will U.S. ground troops? Oh, I already asked that question. Go back and look, please. Will Lindsey Graham's sister tow the Repar line? What does that mean? Oh, Republican line. Yeah. Well, Lindsey Graham's sister, I'm going to ask a few questions about her. First, well, will Lindsey Graham's sister, is she towing the line for Republicans? There's a yes. Okay. I feel like she's just being, they're showing me like she just sort of points her in a direction and then she walks, but she has no idea what she's doing. Will Lindsey Graham's sister win the election in November? No. Okay. I don't remember her name. Will the doctor win the election? The pediatrician Democrat win the election? Very, very light cross. Look at this. Is it a really tight race Will it be a very tight race? Yes. Oh gosh. What's Petra in Jordan? Hi, Kelly Healer. Hello. Kelly. Yes, John Thune seems less devious than Johnson. I agree. I do. I agree as well. Okay. And somebody, let's see. I lost my spot. Okay, Amanda asks, is the security for Mitch a farce, a sham, or otherwise? I think so. Is the security for Mitch McConnell a sham? Are they putting up a front to make it look like he's... Yes. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yep. U5X asks, are people waking up? Are people waking up to the light? Are people waking up? Yes. Are people waking up to the reality of the situation in the world? Yes. Okay. Are enough awake to make a difference? It's a light cross, guys. We still need more people to step out of the fear. Naivra asks, will the Tate brothers have the same fate? We were asking about the model scout in France who died, who fell out a window, whatever happened with him. Okay, will the Tate brothers have the same fate? No. That's a no. Okay. I kind of feel a little bit like they're going to be scapegoated by some of these other folks. Much more important people. Okay. I don't know how they live with him. Yeah, the other Kelly, yes. Okay, sorry. Petra is an amazing site in Jordan. All right. Okay, thank you. Will we find truth? The truth about 45's wife. So about Epps, will the truth come out about 45 and the Epps files? Yes, it will come out. Thank you. Catherine asks, did her family sell her to Epps? Did her family sell her to Epps? Not really. Were they involved somehow? Do they know the truth? They do know the truth. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. So many secrets and lies. Mary says Cleveland News reported Ramaswamy has $9 million in campaign funds, and Ashton has only taken $100,000. Will Ashton win? Okay, so in Cleveland, I'm just going to ask, will that's a tough one. Will Ramaswamy win in Cleveland? Will Ramaswamy win in Cleveland? No, I gotta know. Thank you. Why are we talking about heels and fishnets? Oh, I like that question too. about Jack Smith. All right, moving forward. I like this question, Susan Feather. Will we one day find out that GLP-1s have negative impacts long term? Because I'm getting kind of like a 50-50 kind of thing. Will GLP-1s have negative impacts long term? It's like I'm not asking the right question. I'm going to call it the abuse of GLP-1s because some people are using it that shouldn't. Will the abuse of GLP-1s cause negative impacts? Yes. Okay. Will there be long-term negative impacts from the drug itself for people who need it? For people who need it, will there be long-term impacts? Yeah. Okay. No, that was a light no. It's as if there are things that we need to be careful of, but other things that, some people aren't using it for the right reasons and such. Okay. Will California withhold federal taxes if the feds withhold Medicare payments? Will they withhold federal taxes? That's a good question. Okay. If the 45 administration withholds Medicare payments, will California withhold federal income taxes? That's a soft yes. Little bit. They like to. Will the 45 administration withhold Medicare funds from California and other blue states? Will they withhold Medicare funds from I think it was Minnesota and California. Will the 45 administration be successful in withholding Medicare payments? No, they will not. That's good. That's good to know. Craig talking about Lindsey Graham's burial outfit. It's a ladybug costume. Oh gosh. Thanks for hanging out, Kat. Okay. Amanda, I think we're just talking about will it be flamboyant and fabulous for Lindsey Graham? Lindsey Graham is, as everybody knows, has been secretly gay, but not so secret. It's such a shame that they couldn't be themselves. It would be nice if women didn't feel the need to starve themselves. Yes, it would, Susan. Yep. Okay. Dan Menzel had a cat that drooled, but it came out of his nose. Oh yeah, my son's cat comes out of his nose. Little bit too. Okay. Enrique uses Monjaro for diabetes. Yeah, I think there are good applications and not so great applications for the drug. Okay. Will the House turn blue before the midterms? That's from Naiva, will the House turn blue before the midterms? Interesting question. Will the House turn blue before the midterms? No. Will the Senate turn blue before the midterms? No. Right. Okay. All right. Let's march on. Okay. Data centers. Mary Starshine asks, are AI data centers contributing to earthquakes? That's what I was wondering. Human, right? Human caused earthquakes. Okay. Are the AI data centers contributing to earthquakes? Look, guys. Wow. It's like there's so much energy in those areas that it's causing rifts. Okay. All right. Gosh. I'm going to ask this. Are we going to find alternative energy and water sources for the AI data centers? Yes. Will those alternative, or do those alternative energy sources exist now? Yes. It's like they're racing, the race to the finish line is preventing them from, using alternative energy or like solar power or wind. Okay. Watering by flashlight, Cat. I know, I did that last night. I watered by flashlight. Oh, good question, Patty. I'm going to do that one. Will the Tate brothers rat out 45? Will the Tate brothers rat out 45? That's a yes. Okay. And remember, they're being extradited by the UK. So the data, BG California says the data centers could use coolants, but water is cheaper, so they destroy our environment to line their pockets. Yes. Okay. All right, moving on. When will we no longer have to put up with the whole 45 family? Will they all move? Let's just ask the last part of it. Will the whole 45 family move out of the country? Will all of, let's say his siblings, will his siblings try to move out of the country? Will Don Jr. try to move out of the country? That's a no for Don Jr. Will Eric try to move out of the country? I feel like Eric will. Eric feels like he's more in trouble for some of the business, the Trump org stuff. Will Ivanka and Kushner move out of the country? Will Ivanka move out of the country? Yes. You see, it wobbles before it crosses, so it's timing. Will Jared Kushner move out of the country? Will Jared Kushner go to jail? That was a yes. I feel like it's insider trading for foreign, foreign influence or whatever they call it when you're representing another country. Ivanka will go to Israel. I feel like they're gonna. He's just done so many rotten things. So it's related to money too, and maybe Gaza. Is what I'm getting. Will there be a big quake in Southern California this year? Okay. Will there be a big, let's say over a 6? Will there be a quake over a 6 in Southern California this year? That's a yes, my friends. I'm sorry. Do what you need to do. Go bags and such. Oh, sorry. Oh, actually, yes, that's right. Some boats and ships have been destroyed in the strait. Have the wildlife moved out? Okay. Have wildlife fled the area of the Strait of Hormuz? Have wildlife? It's kind of a wimpy no. Some wildlife moved on. like birds and things. Okay. But other wildlife is in harm's way? Yes. Okay. I'm sorry to say. Prayers. Is Kamala running in 28? I've never really felt her running before. Again, is Kamala going to run again in 28? No answer. Is she mulling it over? Is she considering it? It's not, there is no answer yet. Okay. Can I just ask, does Kamala know about the election interference? Like it just crossed before I even got my hands up. Yes. Yeah. So the whole thing really leaves a bad taste in her mouth. Is 45 a happy 40 Mrs. 45 a happy person? Is Mrs. 45 a happy person? No. And it feels to me like she got involved in all of this, for the money and the power, but it almost feels to me like she's questioned why it ever went this far. Is Petra Jordan protected from the war, the strikes in the Middle East? Is Petra Jordan protected from the strikes in the Middle East? It is not protected. Will it be struck? It'll come close. Wow. Okay. I feel like Netanyahu would destroy it if he could. Good question. Will Jack Smith beat this phony DOJ probe? Will Jack Smith beat the DOJ probe? Right off the bat, that's a yes. Okay. Will midterms be called off by this regime? Will midterms be called off by this regime? Will midterms be called off by this regime? Look, it's coming close. They want to. Will the midterms still be held? That's a yes. Okay. Wow, that's scary. Cali Healers, close to LA. It's hot there. Yeah, it's been hot here too. Maybe Don Jr. is in prison too. Hi, Flower Child. Hot here. Jared's daddy went to the Pinta. Is that jail? Yeah, his dad spent some time. Now he's the ambassador to Israel or something. Okay. Or France. He was in France. And France stopped talking to them. Okay. All right, let's get through these questions, guys. If JD is removed if JD is removed next year, is Rubio if JD is removed next year, is Rubio VP? You mean president? How about if JD becomes president, will Rubio be his vice? That's a light cross. That's weird. Something's weird with all of that. So it doesn't feel like a normal transition of power kind of thing. I just feel like it's something we can't imagine. Will the Raptor Center be able to help Jackie? I still hope she can fly home. All right, I'll ask this one. Will the Raptor Center help Jackie? That's a strong yes. Is that a bird that was recovered? Okay. All right. I'm going to see if there are any last questions. I know there are a lot of questions. I don't know how we'll handle the truth. I think some will be just shocked. Petra is beautiful. I'm going to have to look it up. Thank you. And Jack Smith, super smart and savvy. Yes, he is. Very sad to see that the dowsing rods were correct about more casualties in Iran. That's right. Did they say that the last time? I am so sorry to see that too, because I feel like these casualties are, I think it's really kind of turning people's stomachs that we're there on a war that hasn't been declared by Congress, that's costing tons of money. Gas prices are going up. Everything's in turmoil. I really do think it's not a good thing. Not a good thing for the 45 administration either. And so, of course, we send our prayers. Can we handle the truth? I think we can handle the truth. All right. It's still hot. The gates of hell are still open for another Republican. Oh my God. That is hilarious, Greg. Okay. Will there be a quake larger than 6 in LA? Okay. Will there be a quake larger than 6 in LA in this year? Let's say this year. I keep blinking out. Are you guys seeing that? Will there be a quake larger than 6 in 2026? So there's a yes, and maybe toward the end of the year. Is it significantly larger? No. Will there be many injuries or fatalities? It's kind of marginal, honestly, guys. So not a lot of injuries and fatalities. Okay. All right, guys, I am tired. I have been going for, what is the time? 2 hours, and I am going to go and have, I saw that it was like blinking out a little bit. Remember, we're still in Mercury retrograde. I'm going to go. And I'm going to let you guys go and have a beautiful night. Thank you all for joining me. If you liked what you found here, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. I look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday morning. I do have a big event tomorrow night, so I get to leave early. It's kind of a small event, but it's like it's at a library that a friend of mine who's also a psychic reader wants me to join. We have to go in costume, and we have to go like a literary person, and I just didn't have a whole lot of time to be creative, so I'm just going to go in Harry Potter gear because I do love the Harry Potter series. Read them all multiple times. So, okay, guys, I love you all. I'm going to see you soon. Join me on Saturday morning for our personal questions. Thank you for all the beautiful questions. I do appreciate it. And hopefully my hair won't be as boingy on Saturday morning. Bye-bye. Have a great night.